everyone, my name is Katie Carson. I am the Duchess of Suds here at Royalty Soaps, and today we're going to be making a peppermint hot cocoa soap. This is obviously heavily inspired by Starbucks beverages. It smells like a Starbucks beverage, it looks like a Starbucks beverage. That is just kind of a quintessential thing to enjoy during the holiday season, and this is one of our #1 bestsellers every single year. So hope you guys enjoy. And without further ado, let us make some soap. Alright guys, let's start making our peppermint soap. I'm going to begin by pouring in my lye water solution. Don't forget, if you want to make soap for the holidays and you want to use my soap recipe, it's 100% free down in the description box. Make some for you, make some for your family, make some to sell. I don't care. That recipe is free to use as you please. Now let's blend this up until just past emulsion. I'm going to blend on high because this is a really big batch. It's 240 ounces of oil in here. Now this soap is split into 2 parts, a chocolatey, mocha, vanilla-y delicious scrumptious bottom, and a crisp, clear, delightfully zangy peppermint top. Alright, I'm going to move one of these off to the side. Actually, I'm going to move this one off to the side. That'll be easier. And then we're going to color and scent this first half. So, let me tell you what I got going on. I have in this bucket the best hot chocolate minty smell you've ever smelled, plus some coffee grounds, plus some organic cocoa powder, and some _𝐂𝐬𝐿. So it is a whole delicious blend of all things, well, delicious. I'm going to scrape out that container and just mix it all up. This fragrance blend does speed up trace sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on what batch I've gotten. And then let's blend it. This is going to be a really, really cool color meld. Oh! The smell! It's Christmas time! Okay, let me go ahead and get my mold, and we'll be back to pour the first layer. Not a singular complaint. This is our #1 best-selling artisan soap of the holiday season. Every year we've had it, it's beat out everything else. Anything with peppermint in it, my customers absolutely love. I have a couple of people that buy in bulk so that they can have peppermint soaps all year round. And the peppermint fragrance oil that I use is made with peppermint essential oil. So if you are an essential oil lover, there are some in all of the peppermint soaps. All right, now that this first layer is in, I can mix up the next one. And to do that, I'm going to need to split this next half of the batch. I'm going to pour about 50 ounces of red into here. Well, I mean, it's cream right now, but it's going to be red. Okay, so into this large container, I'm adding my titanium dioxide and quite a bit of it. And then for the red, I am adding Trial by Fire from Nurture Soap. This is a beautiful, perfect cherry red color. I have tried reds from all over the world for many, many years. This is my favorite go-to if that's the type of red you want. If you want a more pinky red, you can try the True Red Trio set from Mad Micah's. Or there's a couple of other options like Red 30 from TKB. That also will get you like a pinky red. If you want a darker red, I would use a red iron oxide or Queen Catherine from TKB Trading. Now I have my kaolin blend here with my peppermint, so I'm going to go ahead and pour that into my 2 containers. All right, and then I'm gonna mix these up. So I absolutely have to start with this bucket because once I put my stick blender into here, this red is so potent, the white won't be able to overpower it. So I have to go in order for this soap. I'm also gonna take a quick second and scrape off some of the white so that the red stays red and doesn't turn pink. And then to mix this so it doesn't end up looking like meat or bacon, you just don't want to over swirl it. Whenever I see other people asking for critiques on their peppermint soap, sometimes people will slide into my DMs and be like, "Oi, how can I make this better?" Often I see over swirling so that things end up looking mottled. Their peppermint soaps end up looking too pink because they're pouring when it's too runny. Or they end up pouring for an in the pot into too many places, spinning too many times, and then they just get really, really thin strips. So I personally am gonna just pour into one spot in my container. I think that for what I'm trying to achieve, that's my best bet. And then I'm not going to keep much for the top, maybe about this much, so that I can just splatter it on top before I do a very, very delicate swirl. I'm also going to pour out of this side. I'm not going to pour out of the red side because I'd like to get some of the white on top of the brown first because that is a higher contrast. Another thing that can really mess up your peppermint swirl is taking your batter, because it's heavy in one of these containers, especially if you're pouring a slab, pouring it into a smaller container like this, and then pouring it into a mold. That can mottle your colors again because it's going through too many stages of pouring. If you can't hold the thing, which I'm barely able to, but if you can't, just pour into one corner. So I do have a lot of red coming through right now, and it's because the red is a little bit more runny than my white. I think I let my white sit up for a little longer. In the future, I will probably mix the white a little less. Anyway, it's still coming out really nice, and it's still going to be heavily contrasted to the brown at the bottom, because that brown goes almost black. Almost black. Yeah, you can see here, now that I'm pouring the bottom, there's almost no red down there, which just meant that my white was a little bit thick. Before I tap this down, I'm going to take that little bit of extra red that I have and just drip it on the top. We are going to swirl this top, so it's going to look really nice. I love this soap. I think there's a reason why it sells so well. And we're going to swirl the top real quick. I'm going to come do the ends first, or the corners, the sides, whatever you want to call them. And I'm just gonna go all around, see what needs to be broken up a little bit. Again, not over swirling, because you can see here with this pour, it's already starting to look pink. And that was just from me scraping the sides of the bucket. Like, it's already looking pink. That's all I did was scrape the sides, and it blended up too much. So you do have to be careful, but this looks pretty good right here. And then just to be safe, I am going to tap this down one more time in case I whipped up some air bubbles in there. Awesome! Ugh, I'm getting stronger and stronger by the day with all of this soaping for Christmas. Now, I've experimented with lots of different things on top of this soap, but I have found a favorite, and that is just a teeny bit, not a lot, of Sparkle Plenty. That's really all it needs as far as glitter is concerned. It is pulling its own weight, and I just find that a teeny bit of Sparkle Plenty brings out the texture and kind of helps the colors stand out from one another. So that's all I'm gonna put. You may not even be able to see it on the camera. And then the other thing that I found that I like to add is some coffee grounds right down the middle, just like this. It's such an easy addition. It looks really good. I used to put some cranberry seeds down it, but I found that even that just was too much. It just didn't need that. But a couple coffee grounds, that just makes it look like a drink or something. So really, really a fan of that. And then I think last year we decided we weren't going to put any embeds on the top of this soap, but lucky for everybody, I was able to talk Simeon. We had to check with our fulfillment schedule to see if we would have enough time to paint hundreds of these soap embeds, okay? Like, I just think they add so much to a bar. I'm actually gonna go ahead and put these end pieces on first so that I can kind of mark the middle of the bar and use it to put my guide in the right place. I'm gonna put my grid on so that everybody's already kind of in place. Whoops, I gotta turn it to the side real quick. Then I'll start trying to line everybody up. Yes. I did go ahead and put that cocoa on first because coffee can stain your embeds. I have learned that the hard way. It can absolutely stain your embeds. You do have to put all of them on after you put the coffee on. It's just not gonna work. I hope Shelly doesn't watch this video because I am the one that painted these peppermints and Shelly paints them so much better than I do. She made fun of me last year because I made some embeds because I had to make a video, so that's why I did these, is because they weren't quite ready yet. And she was like, Catherine, your peppermints leave something to be desired. And I was like, listen, you're not wrong. However, it's been a while since I made them, okay? And then this soap, I also do not spritz with rubbing alcohol because all of the little embeds, of course, are painted. So if I spritzed with rubbing alcohol, some of the paint would move and it would be a little more smeary and just not a cute look for our presentation for our customers. Last one, and that's it. Woohoo! We are done with the peppermint hot cocoa soap. And my whole room smells like peppermints. Let me bring you guys in for a close-up. Ah, yes. Here's the little mints up close. They're so cute. I cannot wait to split this up. Again, it's one of my favorites every year. I will see you guys in 18 to 24 hours. We'll split the slab into loaves and cut the loaves into bars after this quick commercial break. Dun 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 dun. Oh yeah, let's get this peppermint hot cocoa soap all cut. Now, I did all that talking about meat soaps, and I think I didn't get my red far enough in because there are a couple of bars that do look a little bacony. They look a little bacony, I'm not gonna lie. In the future, I just need to get that red further into my bucket and not let the white set up so much. But this is what it looks like on the inside. So again, there's a couple of spots where I'm like, why did this happen? Here we go. That's a little better. That's a little more swirly like we want it. And of course, in future batches, we'll fix it up just right because I know what to look for. You guys are always seeing my test batches here, as it were. It's the first one. They're the guinea pig batches, but we'll clean her up and they'll be looking good. And let me tell you, the scent of this one is filling up the room. This is definitely one of the stronger scents. And whenever I did an Instagram poll asking which soaps you guys want to see in the holiday lineup, this was the #1 requested in the Instagram poll. So here it is. It's back for all you lovely folk. And question of the day, do you think peppermint belongs in hot cocoa or should it stay separate? Do you prefer hot cocoa that's just chocolate, you know, nothing else in it? No mint, no white chocolate, nothing else. Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out a whole bunch. And maybe subscribe to the channel if you want to. And if you really want to see more of my videos, I would go ahead and click the notification bell too, because YouTube cares about that. Be sure you do something fun for yourself today, like you already know, going out and getting yourself a festive drink from a local coffee shop or a Starbucks, whatever you have close to you. Or maybe making yourself a beverage at home to save a little money. I don't really care what you do. Just do something fun for yourself, and I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, bye for now. Meow.